welcome to Kundalini Yoga. I'm Akasha Kirti, and I'm so happy that you are joining me tonight. Tonight is the first time I've ever worn a dress to practice yoga. I don't know why. You know, if you're new to Kundalini practice, we wear white when we teach because it expands our auric field and it helps with our mood and all of that kind of stuff. And, you know, I guess I just got sick of my white clothes, so I'm wearing a dress. Anyway, welcome to yoga. So tonight we are going to be focusing on our nervous system. So when I first meditated on what I wanted to teach tonight, the thought was that I wanted to teach about stamina and character. Okay, so this ability to keep going and to endure, and character in terms of, you know, just developing good characteristics, being helpful and humble and all those kinds of things. And I couldn't find anything, well, almost nothing, on stamina and character. So I really dove into the literature, and where I ended up coming around to was our nervous system. So we'll do a practice for our nervous system tonight, and then we will do a meditation that is about really calming our nerves and tapping into this deep, deep well of joy that we all have access to. So we'll do that at the end. Go ahead and find a nice tall seat. Lift your sternum, press your hands into one another. Let your eyes close, and let your eyes gently roll up and into the space between your eyebrows. Lengthen your breath here. So one of the things that affects our nervous system or calms our nervous system is just lengthening our breath, especially when we have our exhale longer than our inhale. So let's do that for a moment here. And as you sit up straight and tall with your tailbone just slightly tucked, long in, you'll enable the energy system in your body to flow freely. And when I do that, I've been doing this practice long enough, I actually feel a physical difference. Not just in the lengthening of the spine, but I can feel energy in the form of heat in my spine. So these little subtle shifts that you make to lengthen up the spine make a big difference. Long breath. Then we'll tune in with Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Bow to my inner wisdom. Helps us get focused and centered. Followed by the Mangala charm. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Excuse me. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Let's do one more. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Agare Name, Jugagare Name, Satgare Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. Agare Name, Jugagare Name, Satgare Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. Agare Name, Jugagare Name, Satgare Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. Inhale and hold your breath. Exhale. Listen to me explain a little bit about the theme a little more, or you can open the eyes if you'd rather. So, stamina and character and how that relates to your nervous system. There's a quote, I didn't write it down word for word, but I love this idea, talking about how we're all striving to become this term warrior saints. And we want to be able to handle all of this tremendous amount of stress and stay balanced. And what we want to do is we want to develop the sensitivity so that we can be humble, we can be vulnerable, we can be tender, and we can uplift and help other people. And how do we become this spiritual warrior, this warrior saint? How do we uplift other people? How do we develop the character to be humble and to be tender and to be able to uplift and to serve? Well, we do that through our nervous system, through our nervous system. Our nervous system is what gives us the capability to do what they call holding the space for somebody. It's what allows us to hear someone's pain or suffering and be able to be present with them and not lose ourselves in it. Having that strong nervous system is what allows us to have balance even in chaos or craziness. It's what gives us enough strength so that we can access all that sensitivity, like we've talked about in recent classes, where we can move toward pain, right? Toward sensation, instead of hiding away from it or numbing ourselves. So our strong nervous system is the foundation of all of that. The foundation of character. The foundation of stamina. So tonight our practice, the kriya that we'll do, the set of exercises, is called Kundalini Yoga for building the nervous system. And I'll talk a lot more about our nervous system as we move into this practice. We're going to be moving from having what kind of is the normal now, which is like this little teaspoonful of ability to handle stress. And what we do over time is we develop this rich nervous system so that we have this bathtub full that we can handle before we overflow, right? We're increasing our capacity to handle stress. Okay, so for this first pose, you can go ahead and open your arms now. You'll open your arms out to the side, palms facing up, and then you'll move your fingers in and out, but your thumbs, so you're moving your fingers in like you're making this fist, but thumbs stay extended like this. And it's going to be created with a breath of fire, which is inhales and exhales through the nostrils that are powered by the diaphragm. So it will look and sound like this. So my belly is moving in each time I exhale. Okay, so go ahead and begin. I'm going to start our timer. And your eyes can close. If you like to, you can move those up to your third eye, so you're activating your pituitary gland. Thumb stays out and as still as possible. Keep going with this. I'm just going to explain what we're doing while you're here in this, doing this breath pattern. So your nervous system, the center part of your nervous system is actually your armpits. So you'll notice that a lot of the exercises that we'll be doing tonight, you'll be stretching through your armpits to work on the nervous system. So your nervous system is this ability, when we're holding our arms overhead, we're holding our arms out to the side, it gives you a real indicator of how strong or how weak your nervous system is. So it has nothing to do with, this is not a muscular strength kind of activity. This is a nervous system activity. So sometimes you'll see people with very big muscles who cannot hold their arms out because their nervous system is weak. And your nervous system, just like a muscular system, needs to be toned. Keep going here. We're about halfway done. If you ever do need to rest, feel free to do that. Just imagine yourself doing the posture and keep your breath going. Keep going. What we're also doing here is we're doing an unusual activity, something new. So another thing that strengthens our nervous system is creating new neural pathways in the brain by doing a motion or an activity that is unusual. So you're creating new neural pathways. Last 30 seconds. Okay, now keep going, but turn the palms so they're face down. Keep going, breath of fire. We're only here for 45 seconds with the palms facing down. This breath pattern is cleaning the lungs, increasing lung capacity, cleansing the blood. Inhale, stretch long through the armpits, suspend the breath. Exhale, follow the breath. Okay, so now put your hands into fists with your thumb inside your fingers. Thumbs are inside. Your arms are started out here again. Yay, I know. And then as you breathe in, you'll alternate. So you'll cross the arms in front of your head, then come back down and then cross the arms behind the head. Go ahead and begin. So we're doing a few things here. We're stretching through the armpits, which is activating the nervous system. We're doing a new neural activity, which also helps the nervous system. And in addition to that, we're moving the lymph nodes, all of this lymphatic fluid that is in the armpits and in the arms. So we're moving lymphatic fluid. The lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like blood does, right? So it only moves through activity and gravity. So we're affecting the lymph nodes, and we're also helping to break up deposits. There's these calcium deposits that can form here in the shoulders, in the neck. So as you're doing this, you can let the eyes close again if you like. You can focus your eyes between your eyebrows at the third eye, and then let your breath be powerful. Sniff and snort. And you can alternate which hand is in front as you move those to the front of the head, to the back of the head. keep going here. So when a lot of times when you talk about the nervous system, especially in a yoga class, you talk about the nervous system in terms of the parasympathetic nervous system. So the nervous system has two parts, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So when we talk about the parasympathetic nervous system, we talk about that a lot because people are stressed out and they need to know how to relax. So we talk a lot about what do we do, what activities help to relax our to activate our parasympathetic nervous system and to calm ourselves and to feel relaxed. But it's equally as important to tone our sympathetic nervous system. And the sympathetic nervous system is the one that's activated, right? So what we're doing here with all these activities that we're doing right now, this with the breath, is we are activating our sympathetic nervous system. It needs to be toned as well. And then when we take these pauses in between the exercises and the stretches that we're doing, then we're activating the parasympathetic nervous system. So we're alternating back and forth between these two aspects, these two parts of the nervous system. And a really healthy nervous system can quickly move between those two. It can move quickly between sympathetic and parasympathetic and back. So that's how we have a really healthy, regulated nervous system. Okay, inhale, suspend the breath, stretch through the armpits, squeeze up through root lock, hold. Exhale, release. Release the arms. Let your eyes close. We're doing parasympathetic. Follow your breath. Observe your sensations. Okay, open your eyes, extend your legs straight out in front of you. Then you'll lock your thumbs together. Your arms will be parallel to the ground. And as you exhale, you'll come forward, inhale back up to straight. So you want to keep your elbows straight and your knees straight as well. So you might have a very small motion here so that you can keep your knees straight, or it might be a little bit larger. So exhale, inhale. Keep going, and we'll start our timer. Let the breath be powerful. Let the breath be a bit fast as well. Stretching through the armpits, the center of the nervous system. This particular exercise is also really good for just general body alignment. So you may be really feeling this in your arms right now, especially if you did those first two exercises for the full time. So this is your nervous system getting aggravated, right? Being challenged. This is how we strengthen that sympathetic nervous system. We're going to provoke it, we're going to challenge it, and it's going to get stronger. That said, anytime you need to rest, you can. Keep your breath going. Imagine that you're doing the posture. Is your breath powerful through both nostrils? You can also think the mental mantra Sat Nam, I am truth. You're in your last 20 seconds. Inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze up on your root lock. Exhale, release, pause and observe. Okay, now moving into our next pose. Your legs will stay extended straight out in front of you. Your hands are going to come so that your palms are on your temples, the sides of your head. Your fingers point back and the fingers are together and the thumb is out. Thumb is away from them. So you're just a little bit of pressure here on the temples, not too much. Pointing back. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me a little bit better. And if it's difficult, by the way, for you to have your legs straight out in front of you like that, you can elevate your hips a bit. That will make it a little easier for those to stay extended. And then you'll inhale as you twist left, exhale right. Go ahead. Powerful breath. Sniff and snort. Keep going while I explain this posture for you. So what's happening here, again, it's the armpits, right? If you feel any pain in your armpits as you're doing this exercise, it's just an indicator. Sorry, I just had a warning thing pop up. I thought maybe I'd lost you, but you're still there. If you have any pain in your armpits, it's an indicator that your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems aren't in balance. So it's really just saying it's balancing them. So it's okay if there's a little bit of pain in the armpit here. A bonus is that you're also, again, breaking up those calcium deposits that form in the shoulders and in the neck. All right, just a few more seconds here. Come center, inhale, hold the breath, squeeze root lock. That means anus, pelvic floor, sex organs, and low navel. Come up and in. Exhale, release, release the hands, release the lock, release the breath. Pause and observe. Okay, keeping the legs out, extended long for one more exercise here. Start my timer. So you'll form Yoga Mudra at the back of you. So that means you'll take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. And for feminine energy, it's left thumb over right. Male energy is right thumb over left. So you'll extend your arms back here. Turn a little bit so you can see. And then to the count of 4, you'll bend forward and your arms are going to come as high as you can. And then you'll come up for 1 count. So it will look like inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale. Now I've been doing yoga a long time, which is why I have some hypermobility. So your motion might look more like this. Again, we're trying to keep our knees straight. It doesn't matter the range of motion. Also with your arms, your range of motion may look more like this. So your range of motion is just great for you. Don't worry about that part at all. All right, so go ahead and begin. So just count out your own 4 as you inhale. Arms come up just as high as you can, and then exhale up for 1 count. Inhale for 4, exhale. Chin stays slightly tucked in. This is really a good exercise for developing endurance and grit. And just as a side note, whenever you do anything with bowing, that also activates your pituitary gland in the brain. Just about 20 more seconds. Okay, inhale. Suspend the breath, squeeze up on your root lock. Hold the breath. Exhale, release. Release your hands. Relax your breath, observe. Okay, we're going to come standing for this next one. I keep getting a weird thing pop up on my phone. Sorry, I keep coming toward the phone here. Okay, you're not going to be able to see my whole tall body. There we go. So what you'll do is you'll come like you're seated in a chair. So you're going to come down just like you're in chair pose here. You'll interlace your hands again in Yoga Mudra at the back, just like we did before. Then on the count of 4, you'll inhale as you bend forward. Arms come up just as high as you can. Exhale, you'll come up, but just to where you're seated in your chair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up. Okay, powerful breath. Keep going. I'm going to start our timer. This is really good for your knees. It's also moving cerebrospinal fluid. And of course, strengthening our nervous system, which is our goal tonight. So maybe if your chair needs to be a little bit higher, so your knees aren't quite as bent, that works. Maybe your arms stay a little bit closer to your back, that also works. Last 20 seconds. Inhale, you can release your hands. Exhale, have a seat. Observe the way that you feel. Start to notice the mental shifts that happen in these moments of activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Maybe there's fewer thoughts. Maybe the breath is slightly slower. Okay, now extending your left leg straight out in front of you. Your right foot will come to the inside of your left thigh, up close to your groin. Okay. Then you'll lengthen up through the spine and bend forward from your waist. So bending forward here, wherever that is for you, and grasping either knee, shin, ankle, foot, toe, wherever works for you. Your chin is going to come in like a soldier at attention and just slightly down so that your head is staying in line with your spine. Then as you're here, you will inhale up and exhale down. Where yours might look like. Okay, go ahead and begin. This is really good for your spine. It's also helping you release toxins. Maybe your eyes focus at the tip of your nose, maybe not. Sniff, snort, powerful breath. Keep going. We're here for about 1.5 more minutes. Keep up, keep up. So one interesting thing that I was reading about the nervous system in preparation for this class is that the nervous system is also affected by electronics, which I did not know. So especially now with the pandemic and us being on screens even more than we already were, it can be very taxing for your nervous system. The yogis talk about it creating an imbalance in what we call the tattvas. So an imbalance in sort of this air and ether element of us, in and around us. So we're balancing that as well. Last about 30 seconds here. Inhale up. Suspend the breath, squeeze up on your root lock. Exhale, fold forward and suspend the breath while it's held empty. Inhale up and just relax for a moment. And then switching sides and repeating. So this time, right leg extended. Left foot comes into the inside of the thigh, of the right thigh. Always begin by lengthening up through the spine, turning toward the foot, and then folding Your belly, think about your belly moving towards your thighs. So we're not rounding through the back, we're keeping the back long. Chin is tucked in, head stays in line with the spine. Grasp somewhere, and then inhale up, exhale, fold forward. Keep going. Powerful breath. Remember, you can always do the mental mantra Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. I am truth. It will help turn something that's normally just a stretch or exercise into a meditation. Foot is flexed back toward the body. Last little bit here. Inhale. Suspend the breath, squeeze root lock. Exhale, fold forward. Hold empty, squeeze root lock. Inhale, release the foot, relax, come back seated in easy pose with the legs crossed. And from here, placing your hands in Gyan Mudra, first finger and thumb touch, elbows straight, hands resting on your knees. Let your eyes close. Couple breaths. Now move your hands into prayer pose, pressing your palms together in the center of your chest. We're going to be here for a few minutes. Maybe your eyes are just closed, or maybe it would feel good to focus at the tip of your nose or at the space between your eyebrows. Your breath is deliberately long and deep. So as you inhale, feel your belly come all the way out, fill up with air. And as you exhale, empty completely. Lifting through the sternum, lengthening through the crown of the head. Feel or imagine you can feel yourself moving into balance, equally pressing with both hands. Feel the heat from both hands. And maybe even inviting a sense of reverence. Kundalini energy is the essence of you. So let there be reverence to this part of you. This part of you that is maybe a little easier to notice in these moments. Maybe not. As your mind wanders, just keep bringing it back to the sensation of your hands and the feeling of your breath. Just about one more minute here. Inhale, exhale, release your hands and come lying on your back for Savasana. Cover your belly. Let your hands come out to the sides with your palms facing up toward the ceiling. Let your eyes close. And just soften here. Release your shoulders into the ground, the backs of your hands into the ground, the soles of your feet. Feel your stomach get soft and release. Let your face be soft, especially between your brow and at your jaws. breath is normal, natural, then even letting yourself doze into sleep for a couple of minutes. Just relax. And allow. Just allow. Begin to deepen your breath. Just think aloud for a moment. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your hands on your wrists and your feet on your ankles. Inhale as you stretch the arms overhead, point the toes, stretching long through the body. Releasing the breath. Then drawing your right knee into your chest and then across the body so it crosses over to the left-hand side of you for a twist. Open up through the right arm and look out maybe over the right fingertips. Full body twist. Coming back towards center, drawing the left knee in toward the chest, across the body over to the right hand side, opening up through the left arm, maybe looking out over the left fingertips. Twist to the other side. Come back to center, rub the palms of the hands together, rub the soles of the feet together. Rub them quickly. This is activating nadis or energy centers. Release that, grasp the front of your shins, rock and roll forward and back on your spine several times. Eventually coming to a seated position. Find a spot for your meditation now so that you can sit up straight and call comfortably. This has a very long name. This meditation is called Guru Gobind Singh Shakti Mantra Meditation, which is quite a mouthful. So what this meditation is, it's a form of Laya Yoga, if you're familiar with Laya Yoga. Laya Yoga involves chanting, breath work, rhythm, and what this mantra or what this meditation does is that it talks about how elusive happiness can be. So we're always wanting all of these things, right? We want health, and we want happy relationships, and we want happiness at work, and we want all this whole array of happiness. And it's really, really difficult to get all of those things at the same time. And if we do find happiness, we find that things are always changing and it's difficult to hold on to. So this meditation, what it does is it helps move us into a place of happiness that is always, always accessible to us because it's in us. So it's a place of deep joy and ecstasy. The meditation, the way that it's described is you go through these different stages of this meditation. So in the first stage, and I'll explain how to do this in a moment, but as you're in the first stage of this meditation, you're kind of thinking your normal thoughts while you're doing the meditation, but your brain kind of likes it because it's got this nice rhythm. We're going to be doing a mantra with a nice rhythm. And then you shift into this second stage, and this second stage, all of a sudden, you can kind of feel yourself. You become aware of yourself. And your thoughts are there, but the thoughts might not be the normal thoughts that you have. And then moving beyond that into the third stage is where you tap into this deep joy, this ecstasy. And it can feel like sleepiness. It's a deep sort of relaxation. So this meditation is talked about as being like a key to get into the joy that's already there inside of you. Okay, so for this, Your hands will be in Gyan Mudra, first finger and thumb touch, extended here at the elbows. If you can't keep the elbows straight, that's best for the flow of energy, right? This is the wisdom finger. So we're putting our hands in a certain mudra or hand position for a certain flow of energy in our body. Then your eyes are going to be at the brow point. So your eyes will come up, roll up and in. So you're imagining looking at this space between the brow point. Your chin will be slightly tucked in like a soldier at attention. You're lifting up. So you're lifting up through your sternum. You're lifting up through the crown of your head so your spine is nice and long. So eyes are at the brow point. And then the mantra for this. The words are Waheguru. That's all. Those are the only words. And Waheguru, Wahe means like, wow, sort of a celebration. And Guru is someone or something that brings you from darkness to light. So a guru is a teacher. So it's celebrating the teacher, celebrating the teacher that is you. Okay. The rhythm for this, you're going to do 2 rounds in 1 breath. So it's going to sound like this. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. And then you'll breathe. Okay, so it's Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. And you do that twice, and then a short breath, and then move into it again. So if you feel like you really need to, you can take a breath earlier, but try and do 2 repetitions before you take a breath. Okay, I'm going to get my timer started for us. We're going to be doing this for 11 minutes, which is the amount of time that it takes to really shift the mind, really move into a different state of consciousness. Okay. So hands in Gyan Mudra, eyes up, focusing at the brow point. You can listen and then join in whenever you feel comfortable with the rhythm. We're doing this in a monotone voice. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, 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 Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahe, Wahe, Waheguru. Inhale. Hold the breath. Focus your energy at the crown of your head. Focus. Exhale, release. Relax. Close your eyes. Just notice how you feel. Okay. Let's close with a long time sun song, bringing the hands together at the heart. Inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Long Sat, short Nam, 3 times. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. May you develop character and stamina. May you have the strength to be humble, to uplift, and to help others. May you be blessed in your efforts to remember your internal happiness and accept all of the moments that are unhappy. Sat Nam. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me, even if you don't donate anything. If you send me a comment, an email, a PM, even just a wave, so that I know that you're out there. I love that so much, and I hope you have a beautiful evening. Thank you for being here.